This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Oh my God. Well, the Eagles annihilated the New England Patriots on the first day of joint practices. What we've all been waiting for. A lot of production all over the place. There are some things to worry about here, but there has been more positives today than any other day. And it seems like as the days go on, the defense is picking up. The offense is looking more perfect than perfect. And it's just amazing to see. We're going to be going over the whole entire day. We're going to go through the highlights first before anything, and then we'll get through the rest of the day. I'm excited, so let's get straight into all of it.
A killer buried, but not dead.
Darren, we better turn around. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So this is one of the, another week, another opponent, and this time it's different because now you're practicing against a team in, in game-like situations. Nick really likes these open practices, these joint practices a lot to give these guys a lot of work. This is going to be the time where a lot of the ones are going to play the most reps here because it just seems like they're not going to probably play on Thursday. I doubt it unless tomorrow they're going to rest a little bit for Thursday. So I don't know how that's going to go as of right now. But we're going to go straight to the highlights. And the first highlight is probably going to be one you're going to be like, well, we're not surprised. And that was James Bradberry against a tight end and one-on-ones. And as a safety, you're going to be having these matchups. And he just looked slow. He looked out of place. He just didn't look good. He got the flag. He got a hold on top of everything. So probably wouldn't have even been that close at that point. But yeah, Bradberry just, I don't know. Vic Fangio is like saying the most positive things about him, but yet this is what's happening as of right now. Now, later in the day, he did have a pass breakup as a safety later on. So he had half of a good day and half of a really bad day. And when you see things on tape like this, do you really trust Bradberry to be the last line of defense on the back end? It's really tough for me to see that. Building, are they really trading him? What's going on? But I don't want this to turn to a Jim Schwartz situation where he was favoring Derek Barnett and Nate Gary every single week and keeping them in the starting lineup. I don't think it's going to happen here. I'm hoping not, but I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with this picture here. I don't know if he's really transitioning well. Are they lying to us? So it looks like he's gaining a lot of value and looking for a trade. I have no idea what's going on, but yeah, this is a problem. And, I guess we're going to see if he gets better, if he transitions well. If I hear Fangio say this week that he's the best safety I've ever coached, then we have a problem. We got a huge problem right here. So that was the one highlight from James Bradberry. Now, second, we had Devonta Smith versus Christian Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez is a really good corner, not long in the league at all, and, really good to iron sharpens iron, gets each other better, but Devonta Smith really did well against him. Obviously tried to do a double move there, and Christian Gonzalez didn't really flinch on that with the comeback route and going around. So Devonta Smith is just such a craft. I want to see Devonta Smith. When's the last time we've seen Devonta Smith? And I'm really consistently in open space. I want to see more of him in open space because he could do so much more when these play designs are just so much better. So it was really nice to see him do that, and fantastic. Not only Devonta Smith got a shot at Christian Gonzalez, but A.J. Brown did too, and this just looked pretty damn easily. Just physically just putting his hands on him and just boom, he's just already inside, catching that ball easily and already a touchdown right there. Quinyon Mitchell, I thought, had a really strong day. We heard from Vic Fangio earlier, a couple days ago, that he seems to like Quinyon in the nickel spot, as we'll get to some of the, what the lineups were later on. But Quinyon Mitchell, I don't know who this was against. Not sure who this was against at all, but I like how Quinyon is just so physical. Now, we saw this at the Senior Bowl of how physical he is, and just imagine if we had a more aggressive scheme, just what he would look like. instead of being off the line so much. Because, most likely, I mean, he'll get his hands on guys, but being far off the line, you're really working off of his fast break tackles and instinct that he's really good at that. So he made a really good stop here. He had another rep against wide receiver Demario Douglas, got beat on this a little bit for the catch. So it is what it is. These drills are kind of BS because they're just, you have all that open space, and there's no safeties, there's no linebackers, you know what I mean? So it's just competition in the open field one-on-one, and that's really it. The wide receiver could go in any damn direction possible. If that was an inside, someone else would have had coverage on that. So I like these drills, but I got to take it with a grain of salt. This is just a one-on-one, straight up just athleticism versus athleticism and who's the best at it. So couldn't complain about that at all. We actually had Dallas Goedert too, as Dallas Goedert is really the only tight end besides EJ Biggers, and this is really Dallas Goedert as the only starter right now because Albert O and Grant Calcaterra are out with injuries. Like Jesus, but a nice pass, right there over the head, right there, get a nice catch. And just being Dallas Goedert, really wanting to stay healthy this year and just, be healthy this year. He would be a top 2 tight end right now, top 3 tight end right now. He definitely could be a lot more, but, these injuries every year, whether they're his fault or not, it is what it is. But he's having a really solid training camp, doing a really good job. Now, those were the highlights of the day that were recorded there. There was more, later on, and we'll talk to you about, when we get into the offense side of things. It's going to be really exciting. Now, the injury report for the Philadelphia Eagles is interesting for the day. Now, no Oren Burks with a knee, Grant Calcaterra shoulder, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson shoulder, Albert O abdomen, Caden Stearns, the safety we just picked up, has a knee injury because we've talked about he had a medical issue. He didn't pass his physical with Carolina, and we picked up a guy that's already hurt. So that was just a waste at the end of the day. I don't even know why he's even here at this point. Now, the good news going into this first day of joint practices, Paris Campbell is back, limited groin injury. Cooper DeJean is back finally, guys. Fantastic with the hamstring. Maggie Gardner, hamstring. Brandon Smith, concussion. So getting Paris Campbell back is huge because he needs to play on Thursday. I'm hoping he was limited today. Hopefully full day for the second day of joint practices. And obviously, I want to see him in preseason and then really see what we really have here. I want Johnny Wilson to get more snaps, Britton Covey to get more snaps. We'll see what happens there. Cooper DeJean now had an interview. Okay, now, not hitting too much, but, they have a little bit of catch up to do as of right now. So he is back. Now, Cooper DeJean was asked some things. Now, any questions about any new positions? We're kind of hoping right now that Cooper DeJean is going to be made as a safety. That's what we're really hoping. Okay, or as a Swiss Army knife, it's going to be from week to week on specific matchups that the Eagles want to, put him on. So he says during the spring, he really only worked nickel and corner. Nothing else was discussed of a new position that he's going to play. Okay, now that's just as of right now. Things are going to change in the coming days. I don't think they're going to be putting him in for Quinyon Mitchell and just relying on Cooper DeJean to come back 100% and starting to catch up a little bit since he has most of the mental reps, but physically has got to be there. So I think they're going to wait. I think they're going to move him around. I think it's just a matter of time. He just needs a few days of practice. Now, it looks like Cooper DeJean might not even play this week. He might play the last preseason game, and that's it. And it really sucks because he's missing really good opportunities right now. I mean, I think he's showing up in the most important week because not only can you face a team that you're in joint practices with, but you can go into a game as well. So it looks like he probably, it's not official yet, but saying that probably he won't play this week, but I think he will practice. Slowly, limited practices. I don't know when he's going to be a full go. But we'll get him the last week of preseason. It just sucks so much that he's missed so much valuable time, especially as a rookie. As a rookie, you can't miss time like this because you're going to go backwards. But the Eagles seem confident DeJean is going to be perfectly fine, and he's going to catch up just fine and be around and do good things like that. So that's where we're at with that whole situation with Cooper DeJean. Now, Nakobe Dean has been the big question. Yes, today he has struggled in coverage, as usual. Austin Hooper had a touchdown back of the end zone. He was just a little tiny bit late getting there in coverage. So that was a play. He had another play where he actually deflected the ball, and it got right into Zach Baun's hands for an interception, which was great. He was the starting linebacker today next to Devin White. They put him as the starter. So, we'll see. They moved a few guys around. Nakobe Dean got involved, but most likely we'll talk about next. And I think I made a mistake on this because Nakobe Dean, I think, was with second team, and then he went into first team. But Jeremiah Trotter Jr. had a monster day today. He started with Devin White with the first team, as I just messed it up before. So got an opportunity. So wasn't with the first team until open practice. And then, got the sack in open practice and then came right in. Slant pass from Jacoby Brissett, picked off by Jeremiah Trotter Jr., okay, and showing his physical capability on some of these downhill blitzes. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is producing right now at a very high level. And this is really concerning because it seems like Zach Baun is falling off a little bit at times. Devin White, I think, will be starting regardless. But I feel like Jeremiah Trotter has been the second best linebacker, or people can arguably say he's been the best linebacker and the most productive. But these guys are getting more snaps. Devin White, Zach Baun, some of these guys haven't gotten they only got a series against the Ravens. They didn't get much. But Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is sticking it to them. And it's, my God, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I thought there was 2 picks today, but I think it was only 1. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought I read 2 different reports, but I think only 1 pick. And obviously on some of the blitzing packages, like I said, Trotter has been physical. It's been getting pressure. Man, I just imagine, just dream of this actually happening. Like if he actually starts to make serious noise coming out of this second preseason game, Fangio, you got to do the right thing here. I'm telling you, Zach Baun. It might not even be that anymore next to Devin White. You could have a new man next to Devin White, and that could be Jeremiah Trotter Jr., which I was really happy about. But we were eating up. We were eating up that offense today. We were going crazy today. Nolan Smith had a sack on Drake May, beating 6-year veteran Calvin Anderson at left tackle. So nicely, Nolan Smith getting in there. Bryce Huff with a sack. Jordan Davis forcing Brissett out of the pocket. Just pressure, sack after sack after sack after sack. Brandon Graham had a sack as well, so was very happy about that. This just makes me really happy, guys. I mean, see these ones, the starters are getting more reps on the defensive line. Huff's getting more reps. Nolan Smith in the rotation is getting a lot more reps, and it just seems like now they're really starting to produce just a little tiny bit. Can't take 4 plays out of a series, 3 or 4 plays out of a series. They sit, and then we say they did nothing. But we have to give these guys a chance and opportunity. So from the most important guys, especially on the edge, I can't be any more happier than I am now to see Nolan Smith and Bryce Huff really do a good job there on the edge. So they had a fantastic day. Was really happy for them. And before we get into the offensive side of the ball, which I'm really excited about because it was a tremendous day, here is a word from our sponsors at BetUS. If I'm the betting man, and I am, and you're rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles, this is the redemption year for Jalen Hurts. This is the year we get the bad taste out of our mouths from last season. If I'm going all in, ride or die with a Super Bowl and bringing that Lombardi trophy back to Philadelphia for a second time, you need to go to BetUS, and I'm not wasting any time with it. I'm putting $500 down as the risk and getting $7,000 back at the end of the year because this offense is going to be explosive. This defense by Vic Fangio is going to be dynamic. New customers for BetUS get 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits. You can't pass it up on the most important season for the Philadelphia Eagles. Click the link in the description below, and I want to thank BetUS for sponsoring this video. So the offense going into all of it, okay, today was a day. Kellen Moore really showed how diverse this offense is with everything he's been doing. Okay, now the first bit of news offensively, I think that was said, I think it was by Zach Berman. It says, this is the most Kellen Moore-ish day of the summer of the Eagles. Different packages, more motion, also seeing adjustments at the line. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. Jalen Hurts did not throw a pick on this joint practice. Drake May was struggling. Jacoby Brissett was struggling. They were missing receivers. They were throwing picks. They were just, through 2 picks, they were just not doing well. And that offensive line was not holding up for the New England Patriots. But for Jalen Hurts, it was a totally different story. You had Jalen Hurts throw literally a wheel route to Saquon Barkley. I think Devonta Smith was in motion on this play. Wheel route to Saquon Barkley. Sorry, that's my alarm. There was video on this, but you didn't really, you couldn't really see the whole play, but, I'm probably going to regret not putting it in here, but I might show it on like a separate video or something like that. But a touchdown to Saquon Barkley, and I see Barkley always being productive, but, you're going to start your starters and play them a lot, and you're going to hear a lot of good things. So that was really interesting. You had Pickett to E.J. Jenkins for 30 yards, which was great. And then John Ross had a solid day. So Zach Berman says, the non-obvious player in my notes from the first half practice, John Ross. He's touched the ball often today, getting open, making catches. The one problem I have with John Ross right now is he needs to be more aggressive attacking the catch. As I'm saying, is like, he lets the ball try to get to him, like he doesn't attack the football. And I think that's one of the biggest problems. That's why I really want Tanner McKee to start the whole entire first half and let Pickett take that second half. Because McKee, I thought the receivers just didn't do enough for him. I want to see McKee with the better receivers, or, with Johnny Wilson and Britton Covey and John Ross. I want to see McKee in there slinging the ball around. Okay, John Ross needs more opportunity here, and I think, even today he had a fantastic day, getting all the separation, having some catches, being productive in this offense. So it's nice to really hear that. Hopefully, John Ross makes more of a push, but from what we've been seeing so far, the receiver core is definitely one to really keep an eye on the next couple weeks, see what this thing is going to really turn into, especially with Paris Campbell coming back, not knowing his status for the game this week, and obviously being limited for the first time for the first day of joint practices. So that should be really amazing to see. Now, 7-on-7, Jalen Hurts, deep shot to Devonta Smith with Kyle Duggar trailing 7-on-7. Oh my God, dude. Like, Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown were just literally automatic all day. Between 1-on-1, 7-on-7, I mean, they were just automatic. They were making plays. I don't think they even dropped the ball today. I mean, they literally destroyed the secondary today. They really did. They did a number. It was fantastic. And man, the productivity, hearing Kellen Moore, just seeing what Kellen Moore's offense, just seeing what Zach Berman said about Kellen Moore's offense and how diverse it is, and just there's always pre-snap motion and slants, hot routes, crossers. I say it every day because we're just not used to it. And man, the sky's the limit for this offense. It's really showing me that Nick has nothing to do with what we're doing. And he is trusting Kellen more with this offense, obviously incorporating different things, or at least some similar things we did last year, but 95% of this playbook is brand new, and that's really not, it's not easy, you know, but for Jalen Hurts, it's pretty damn easy. This is what, his 11th coordinator in his whole entire career, you know, and this is what happened. So great from the offense, the defense especially, and the edge rushers and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Oh my God, what a day from everybody. Let me know what you guys think about day 12, Eagles Patriots first joint practice, and just what everything looks like. What do you think about James Bradberry and what's going on with him, and you know, the safety spot in general, you know? So there's just so much, just so much to go over. And we have another day of joint practices, and can't wait to see more from this squad and what they do. And then see Thursday night, I mean, just to see what these other guys do and on this roster, the competition to right guard, the competition to obviously cornerback, and what's going on at safety, and seeing like where everything's going. So I think we're in a good position right now. We just need to see more on everybody's plate and more playing time here. And I think we saw a lot of productivity, a lot of good things. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I want to thank BetUS for sponsoring this video, and definitely sign up in the link in the description. Save 125% on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. 24-hour payouts. Definitely check out and start betting, because I think we're gonna get a lot of money this year, a lot of money. So definitely check that out in the link below. Check the merch in the link below. Subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day, and like the video because it does help out the channel out tremendously. I mean, one like is a huge help for me. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys for day 2 of Eagles joint practices, and my God, we're looking so good. I mean, we're looking so good right now. I'm so happy. I'm so happy because I just feel like the play calling is just changing in front of our eyes. It's like a baby growing up into a man. I mean, that's what I feel like right now. You know what I mean. But you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes what up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.